Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Pierce Brosnan is an Irish actor, producer, and environmental activist best known for his suave portrayal of James Bond in four of the franchise's films from 1995 to 2002. Renowned for his charisma, elegance, and versatility, Brosnan built a career that seamlessly bridges television, film, and activism, earning him a place among Hollywood's most respected and enduring leading men. Early life. Pierce Brendan Brosnan was born on May 16, 1953, in Navan, County Meath, Ireland. Raised primarily by his grandparents after his father left and his mother moved to London for work, Brosnan's early life was marked by resilience and independence. At age 11, he joined his mother in London, where he discovered his love for the performing arts. He studied acting at the Drama Centre, London, honing a craft that would later define his career. Rise to fame. Brosnan's first major breakthrough came with the popular television series, Remington Steele, 1982 to 1987, where he played a charming conman turned detective. The show's success introduced him to an international audience and displayed the sophistication and wit that would later make him an ideal James Bond. The James Bond era. After years of speculation and scheduling conflicts, Brosnan finally became the fifth actor to portray Agent 007 in GoldenEye, 1995. His debut revitalized the franchise, blending the traditional Bond charm with a modern sensibility for the post-Cold War era. He reprised the role in Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997, The World Is Not Enough, 1999, and Die Another Day, 2002. Brosnan's Bond was sleek, emotionally layered, and cinematic, balancing action heroics with intelligence and sophistication. Many fans and critics regard him as one of the definitive Bonds of his generation. Beyond Bond. After leaving the Bond franchise, Brosnan explored diverse and challenging roles. He starred in The Thomas Crown Affair, 1999, a stylish remake that solidified his reputation as a romantic leading man, and Evelyn, 2002, a heartfelt Irish drama he also produced. In later years, he embraced comedic and dramatic roles alike, from singing in Mamma Mia, 2008, and its sequel, 2018, to the political thriller The Ghostwriter, 2010, and the romantic drama Love Is All You Need, 2012. Brosnan also appeared in The Matador, 2005, earning a Golden Globe nomination for his performance as a weary assassin. His filmography reflects a balance between blockbuster entertainment and personal artistic expression. Personal life and activism. Brosnan's personal life has been marked by both love and tragedy. He married Australian actress Cassandra Harris in 1980, who passed away from ovarian cancer in 1991. He later married journalist Keely Shea Smith in 2001. Together, they have two sons. His experiences with loss deeply influenced his humanitarian work. He is a committed environmental advocate and supports cancer research and ocean preservation. He has served as a UNICEF Ireland ambassador and, alongside his wife, has worked with numerous environmental organizations including the Natural Resources Defense Council and California Coastal Commission. Legacy and influence. Pierce Brosnan's legacy lies not only in his iconic screen presence but also in his enduring dedication to meaningful causes. His portrayal of Bond merged old-school glamour with modern vulnerability, paving the way for more emotionally complex interpretations of the character. Beyond 007, he continues to evolve as an actor, producer, and public figure, admired for his grace, professionalism, and Irish charm. Now in his 70s, Brosnan remains a symbol of timeless sophistication, both on and off the screen, an artist who embodies the rare combination of style, substance, and heart. Pierce Brosnan's story is one of perseverance, reinvention, and quiet strength, a man who rose from humble beginnings in rural Ireland to become one of Hollywood's most recognizable and beloved stars. His career reflects not just the trajectory of a talented actor, but of a man deeply shaped by life's adversities, who turned personal pain into creative power and purpose. Early career and struggles. After graduating from the Drama Centre, London, Brosnan began his acting journey on stage, performing with various theatre companies. He worked at the York Theatre Royal and later gained attention in Tennessee Williams's The Red Devil Battery Sign, earning critical praise. His striking looks, measured delivery, and refined presence quickly caught the attention of casting directors. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, Brosnan made appearances in British television productions such as Murphy's Stroke and Manions of America, 1981, the latter giving him his first leading role in an American production. This Irish-American miniseries was instrumental in introducing him to U.S. audiences, paving the way for his move to Hollywood. Remington Steele and stardom. When NBC cast Brosnan in Remington Steele, his career took off. The series mixed mystery, romance, and humor, and Brosnan's portrayal of a witty, elegant con artist pretending to be a private detective made him a household name. His natural charm, stylish demeanor, and comedic timing drew comparisons to Cary Grant and Roger Moore. Ironically, it was during Remington Steele's run that Brosnan was first offered the James Bond role in the mid-1980s. But contractual obligations with NBC prevented him from accepting, a disappointment that turned into destiny a decade later. The definitive modern Bond. When Brosnan finally debuted as Bond in GoldenEye, 1995, the world took notice. The film grossed over $350 million worldwide and rejuvenated the 007 franchise after a 6-year hiatus. Critics praised Brosnan's ability to combine Sean Connery's toughness with Roger Moore's charm, giving Bond a post-Cold War sophistication. Each of his subsequent Bond films, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day, reflected different facets of his take on the spy. Sleek, romantic, wounded, and intelligent. Underneath the tuxedo and one-liners, Brosnan's Bond carried a trace of melancholy, a depth that set him apart. Though some of his Bond scripts were criticized for excessive gadgetry and spectacle, Brosnan's performance was consistently praised for its humanity and presence. His final appearance in Die Another Day, 2002, marked the end of an era, one defined by his blend of glamour and gravitas. A new chapter in film freed from the Bond identity. Brosnan used the next 2 decades to prove his range. He sought complex and unconventional roles. The Matador, 2005, Brosnan delivered one of his finest performances as Julian Noble, a cynical hitman facing existential crisis. The role earned him a Golden Globe nomination and showcased his willingness to deconstruct his suave image. The Ghostwriter, 2010. Directed by Roman Polanski, Brosnan portrayed a thinly veiled version of a British Prime Minister, earning acclaim for his icy, restrained performance. Seraphim Falls, 2006. A gritty western alongside Liam Neeson that displayed his rugged side. The November Man, 2014, a return to spy thrillers, but darker and more introspective. Mamma Mia, 2008 and 2018. Brosnan showed a lighter, self-aware side as Sam Carmichael, proving unafraid to laugh at himself in the feel-good ABBA musical phenomenon. Artistic identity and personal reflections. Brosnan has often spoken about acting as both a refuge and an act of faith. Having grown up largely alone, he found identity and belonging through performance. He describes himself as a man who believes in grace, discipline, and creative renewal. In interviews, he often emphasizes gratitude for the opportunities he's had and the people who shaped him. He is also a talented painter, turning to art as a form of therapy and self-expression. His bold, colorful works have been exhibited and sold for charity, benefiting cancer research and children's causes. Tragedy and resilience. Brosnan's life has been shadowed by personal tragedy. The death of his first wife, Cassandra, to ovarian cancer, the same illness that later claimed his daughter, Charlotte, deeply affected him. Yet he speaks of their memories with tenderness and strength, often crediting his family and art for helping him heal. His second marriage to Keely Shea Smith brought renewed joy and stability. Their partnership is one of Hollywood's most enduring. Legacy. Pierce Brosnan's career defies typecasting. He remains both a symbol of elegance and a deeply human performer. His post-Bond choices, independent films, heartfelt dramas, comedies, and even superhero roles, such as Dr. Fate in Black Adam, 2022, reflect his curiosity and creative courage. He represents the rare actor who managed to transcend his defining role while honoring it. From the Irish stages of his youth to the global spotlight of James Bond and beyond, Brosnan's journey is a testament to artistry, endurance, and grace under pressure. Influence on the James Bond legacy and popular culture. Pierce Brosnan's tenure as James Bond was more than a revitalization of a franchise, it was a cultural bridge between eras. When he took up the role in GoldenEye, 1995, the world had changed dramatically since Bond's last outing in 1989. The Cold War was over, technology was reshaping espionage, and audiences were craving a more emotionally nuanced hero. Brosnan's Bond fit the moment perfectly. He brought back the charm and elegance associated with the classic Bonds of Sean Connery and Roger Moore, but added an undercurrent of vulnerability and modern introspection. His 007 was less the untouchable super spy and more a man burdened by the cost of his profession. This duality made him relatable and revitalized the series for a new generation. Culturally, Brosnan's Bond helped redefine masculinity in the 1990s, sophisticated yet sensitive, capable of romance as much as ruthlessness. He also re-established Bond as a global icon through his refined presence and international appeal. GoldenEye's success spawned not only sequels but also one of the most influential video games of the era, GoldenEye 007, 1997, for Nintendo 64, further cementing his version of Bond in pop culture memory. Even after Daniel Craig took over the mantle, many fans still cite Brosnan's portrayal as their definitive image of Bond, the perfect balance between style and strength, tradition and transformation. The producer and creative mind beyond acting, Brosnan became a creative force behind the camera. He co-founded the production company Irish Dreamtime in 1996 with partner Beau St. Clair, producing films that reflected his artistic values. Their first major project, The Thomas Crown Affair, 1999, was both a critical and commercial success, showcasing Brosnan's taste for intelligent, stylish cinema. Irish Dreamtime also produced films like Evelyn, 2002, inspired by true events in 1950s Ireland, and The Matador, 2005, further illustrating Brosnan's commitment to character-driven stories. Through producing, he sought greater creative freedom, emphasizing narratives that combined human emotion with moral complexity. Environmental and humanitarian advocacy. Pierce Brosnan's off-screen life is characterized by compassion and activism. A passionate environmentalist, he and his wife Keely Shea Smith have dedicated decades to protecting marine life and promoting sustainable energy. They have supported organizations such as the Natural Resources Defense Council, NRDC, Environmental Media Association, and Ocean Futures Society. often lending their voices and resources to campaigns aimed at preserving coastal ecosystems and combating pollution. In recognition of his efforts, Brosnan has received several environmental awards, including the Goldene Camera for Environmental Protection, 2007. He has also been an outspoken supporter of UNICEF and anti-violence initiatives, embodying a belief that celebrity comes with responsibility. His activism mirrors his artistry, thoughtful, enduring, and deeply human. The artist behind the persona. In addition to acting and activism, Brosnan is a talented painter. His visual art often bursts with color and emotion, abstracts and portraits that explore themes of memory, identity, and loss. He began painting seriously after the death of his first wife, Cassandra Harris, using it as a form of emotional expression and healing. His paintings have been exhibited worldwide and sold for charitable causes, raising funds for cancer research, children's welfare, and environmental projects. For Brosnan, painting is a dialogue with the soul, a quieter but equally powerful form of storytelling. Later career and enduring presence. Even as he moved beyond his Bond years, Brosnan never faded from public consciousness. His later roles display both creative daring and humility. In Mamma Mia, he surprised audiences with his singing, proving unafraid to be self-deprecating in a film brimming with joy. In The Ghost Writer and The Foreigner, 2017, he played morally complex figures, reminding audiences of his depth. In Black Adam, 2022, Brosnan brought gravitas to the superhero genre as Dr. Fate, earning praise for his dignified and mystical performance. At an age when many actors retreat into retirement, Brosnan continues to evolve, seamlessly adapting to new genres and audiences. Personal philosophy and legacy. Pierce Brosnan's life is defined by gratitude and quiet determination. He often speaks about faith, not necessarily in a religious sense, but as a belief in perseverance, in art, and in the beauty of second chances. In interviews, he emphasizes the importance of humility, family, and maintaining one's sense of wonder. He once said, "You have to trust life. You have to trust that you are where you're meant to be, doing what you're meant to do, even when it doesn't look that way." That philosophy seems to have guided every phase of his journey, from an orphaned boy in Ireland to an international icon. From the suave 007 to the soulful artist and activist. Today, Pierce Brosnan stands as a rare figure in modern cinema, an actor who has not only survived fame but transcended it, using his influence for art, compassion, and advocacy. His legacy is not just one of cinematic excellence, but of emotional intelligence, integrity, and timeless elegance. Family, love, and personal life. Pierce Brosnan's personal life is as rich and heartfelt as his screen career, shaped by deep love, profound loss, and enduring resilience. His relationships and family have been both his source of inspiration and the grounding force behind his strength. In 1977, while working on the film The Mirror Cracked, Brosnan met Australian actress Cassandra Harris, a strikingly talented performer who had appeared in films such as For Your Eyes Only, 1981. They married in 1980, and Brosnan not only became her husband but also adopted her two children, Charlotte and Christopher, from a previous marriage. Together, they had one son, Sean Brosnan, born in 1983. Cassandra was instrumental in shaping Brosnan's career. She introduced him to producer Albert R. Cubby Broccoli, the man behind the James Bond franchise, a prophetic connection, as Brosnan would one day embody the very role Harris once starred adjacent to. However, tragedy struck when Cassandra was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1987. For 4 long years, Brosnan stood by her through her illness until her passing in 1991. He has spoken often and tenderly about how losing her changed him, deepening his compassion and redefining his understanding of life and art. Brosnan later faced further heartbreak when his adopted daughter Charlotte succumbed to the same disease in 2013. He has since become an advocate for cancer awareness and research, supporting organizations.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.